Hello, here's my ePortfolio for the Masters of Instructional Technology program. This is my candidate info page where I provide my personal goals and professional goals. I've broken them down into 5 and 10-year increments, and I've tried to keep them fairly general because I'm still uh, trying to decide what I want to do with the skills that I've learned from this program. But here are my goals. And next I have my technology philosophy that I've inserted. And here I explain what I believe I've learned from this program and what I take away from it as I move on into the future, my thoughts on technology and instruction and my experience in the program and where it has led me. Next is my resume that I've uploaded, and it is a JPEG because I had difficulty with getting it to put it in a Word document with the graphics that I included in it, but it's there and you can scroll through it when you look at it, and that's about it. It specifies my education and my training, my skill set, and other things about me, as well as ways to connect with me through social media, which I hope to further develop as I move on in my career and in the field of instruction technology. So we move to my activity evidence. First, I have my professional development plan that I've added, and I chose to do a technology professional development plan that would encompass an entire university, which was rather bold and rather difficult because I know that strategic planning is involved, and so this is just a basic plan that I would have as an instructional technologist where I'm working at a university, and it goes through just some basic ideas of things that I find important for professional development, and takes through the purpose and my timetable. I've developed an events calendar, and with ongoing event activities on the side. I break it down by goals and actions, and they would be to support and collaborate and promote and to use. I have my target standards and accreditation requirements. So not only are we required to abide by ISTE, but by Higher Learning Commission and AQUIP, so I've included those as well, and then other standards here, and then my effectiveness assessment, and it goes on to provide other details. Next, I have my article summaries. I chose 3 different articles, mostly all geared toward instructional technology in the classroom, the guiding principles, and refocusing the vision, the future of technology. And so each of these articles were very insightful. They pertain to issues that we're currently facing in higher education primarily, because that's what was of real interest to me personally. So it gives me like a planning schedule and tips on how to plan, and then guiding principles for teaching, and then refocusing the vision and what the future holds for technology purposes. So there's a link to my articles here because I know that it's difficult to see them the way that I've uploaded them or put them on the page. And then there's also a link to the article here that will take you to where to my academic article that I used. Next are my presentations. So my presentations were interesting for me to create, but because of my professional development plan, already using Google Slides to present it, I just wanted to do a Google presentation, and I chose to use different presentation platforms, primarily because I've used Prezi and Google so many times I wanted to try something different, but also because I liked other formats better. The Google Presentation Standards was done in a combination of free web-based platforms, Movely and Presenter. So it will, as you can see here, it will take you through some movement. You can see it's animated and crafted, and it basically goes through what all Google can do for education. And then there are standards that are embedded in it, as well as if you click on here, it'll take you to my standards for my Google presentation as well. So I've included them in both areas. Same with Excel presentation versus Sheets. I wanted to try something different, so I decided to use Powtoon. Again, as you can see here, I went in and I adjusted my HTML settings and adjusted the height and width of my videos so that you could see all the thumbnails on my ePortfolio site rather than just links to access them. And then again, up above there's standards embedded in the presentation, but also I have standards included here that you can click on. And finally, emails, an infographic type presentation about social media in higher education. So it takes you through when social media really got started and on up until the 2016, and it goes through how higher education is using it, students are using it, and teachers are using it. So if you click on this, it's an image file because it looked better to me than a link. So if you click here, then it'll take you to my emails presentation where you can look through my infographic regarding social media. And next we have videos of me providing training. So videos for me providing training was perhaps the most difficult for me because of the setting, my current setting. I really don't have access to students to train. I don't have access to teachers to train. And so I thought how I might get around that is just to develop a web-based instruction tool that goes through the different steps of how to do certain things with technology. So my first one was how to add YouTube videos to Word, and other tips was actually for my coworkers in my office to teach them how to use certain technologies. Then my standards are embedded in each of my trainings, but they're also again included up above too. So if you click on these links up above, except for Google Scholar has them all embedded in the training video. But aside from that, they're all also up above. This one was on how to create a wiki space for teaching purposes or any other blogging purposes, whatever you wanted. And then how to use Google Scholar. Google Scholar to me is probably the most important of my trainings because I think it's essential in an academic setting, especially in higher education for teachers, students, researchers, scholars, all of the above. So finally I get to my extra resources, and again my I'll move this up so you can see everything. So I found 3 resource videos for that I found of interest that I thought would be just insightful and fun, like how much does a video weigh, how to engage students with technology questions and get them ready for learning, what makes a word real, and so it talks about communication through social media, students' use of communication through social media, and they're all fun videos. Schools that work for children, and it goes through different types of technologies and why students are more engaged and some more than others. And then I have my resource video standards posted here, so if you click on those, it'll take you to a Google document, and you can read about the standards for each one of these. I'll click one for you. So you can see that here are my standards for each of the videos that I've included here. And it goes on to do that for all of these. Here are some more articles. The top 10 IT issues 2014, be the change you see. The policy of bring your own device, considerations for education, and creating and distributing presentations on the web. All of them I think were pertinent to what I've learned in the program and for this class. And then finally, a resource, professional development plan standards. So this was pretty fun for me because I came across the POD portal, which apparently is the oldest acting portal for professional development resources in higher education. So each of these is an active link, each of these pictures. So if you click on here, it's going to redirect you to this POD portal where you can see all kinds of information about awards and all kinds of stuff. And then down here you're going to see program descriptions and links to where you can pick up professional development plans for each of these universities, and it's in detail. So it's going to tell you their budget, their staffing levels, their scope of program, and any other useful data. Now, one thing I'll say is that you're going to need to click this link here because, as you see, it says links no longer active. But if you do click here, it's going to take you to the Wikipedia site, in addition, a cached Wikipedia site, and there are active links, and it does contain all of that information for you there. So it will be useful. Here we have the Bergen Community College. If you click on it, and it's going to take you directly to their master plan for instructional or informational technology services. And then finally, AACU, American Association of Colleges and Universities. If you click here, it's going to take you to an article that is very insightful for planning professional development with faculty and moving forward. So I thought that that was really of interest, even though it wasn't particularly a robust plan. It had steps that were really insightful to me. And let's see, finally my reflection. Here I uploaded my final reflection for the class. Walk through from the very beginning to where I ended. Some of the things that I think that were wonderful for me were the Google Apps for Education tools. Those are essential. Those to me are the hallmark of instructional technology, especially because of the services they offer and their usefulness inside and outside of school. I think that as you'll read my final reflection, you'll see that some things were a surprise to me. I expected technology to be the focus of all of my courses, and those that weren't, I wanted to find ways that I could find useful tools to enhance what I was learning. Also, I think that not having a teaching background was a setback for me, but at the same time, I was able to learn so much more in the program because it forced me to figure out content and curriculum and structure and management and all of those things I had never had any training in. So it was very valuable to me in the end, although it was very frustrating to me during. There isn't any aspect of this program that I didn't enjoy. I loved all of it, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who is interested in doing something with technology and teaching. And I am so very thankful for the wonderful, wonderful teachers and faculty that I was able to work with, because without them, I wouldn't have been successful, and because of them, I was. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to the future using instructional technology. And thank you.